Hello and welcome to Ignition Legends channel, the place where iconic cars are getting the attention they deserve. Today we're diving into the top 10 classic cars nominated by Classic Motorsports, one of the most respected names in vintage automobiles. Alongside the publications like Hot Rod, Classic Driver, and Hemmings, Classic Motorsports is your go-to for classic car news, drives, restoration tips, and events. Established in 1986, this magazine, published 6 times a year, believes classic cars should be driven, not just stored. That's why they focus on vintage racing, enthusiast meetups, rallies, and tours. They cover events all over the U.S. Over the years, Classic Motorsports has featured all the cars we're discussing today. We've compiled them into a top 10 list. The order doesn't matter, because each of these deserves the top spot. The order of our list is irrelevant, really. Each of these vehicles deserves the top spot. Before we dive in, let's be clear. Ignition Legends channel isn't connected to, funded by, or paid to endorse any of these brands. We're just fans. And speaking of fans, we'll be showcasing many of these cars in our Unboxing Legends segment. So stay tuned for that. Now, because there's so much to say about each of these legendary vehicles, this episode will be presented in 10 distinct parts, 10 automotive heroes. So buckle up for a new automotive adventure. First up, Porsche 911, from 1964 to the present. Next, the Jaguar E-Type, 1961 to 1975. Following that, the BMW 2002, 1968 to 1976. Then the Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint GT, 1963 to 1977. And finally, the Ford GT40, manufactured from 1964 to 1969. Number 6 on our list, the Ferrari 250 series from the 1950s to the 1960s, followed by the Chevrolet Corvette C2 Stingray, 1963 to 67. Next up, the Lotus Elan, manufactured from 1962 to 1973. Then the timeless Mercedes-Benz 300 SL, produced from 1954 to 1963. And rounding out our top 10, the Datsun 240Z, a legend from 1970 to 1973. But wait, there's more. We also want to give a shout-out to some truly special cars that nearly made the cut. First, the Austin-Healey 3000, a British roadster with rugged charm and performance. Then the Triumph TR6, a classic British sports car with a distinctive design and lively performance. Next, the Mazda RX-7, first generation, a rotary-powered sports car that became a cult classic. And finally, the Volvo P1800, a stylish and reliable Swedish coupe, famously driven by Roger Moore in The Saint. We'll dedicate an entire episode to each of these incredible cars, so brace yourselves for a long and exciting ride through automotive history. Ignition Legends channel, the place where iconic cars are getting the attention they deserve. Thank you for watching, and we invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. Please help us grow by hitting that thumbs up button and leaving us a comment.